Close your eyes and imagine waking up to the muffled voices in the living room of your mother and father talking, yet you hear something unusual in their voice. Close your eyes and imagine walking into the living room and watching as your mother's crumpled tissues fall to the ground. A familiar voice appears on the TV. But this time, it's your sister. Canada, home to 36 million people, a country known for its multiculturalism, pride, and happiness. But should we really be that happy? The 1930s, the decade where Canada's famously known dark past began with the stripping of Indian culture from Indigenous children who claimed this beautiful land before we did. First there came residential schools, and now our country's latest crisis, missing and murdered Indigenous women. Indigenous women over the years have become targets for violence and hatred after being a group that has been economically, socially, and politically marginalized. Factors such as homelessness and poverty largely impact their victimization. Statistics show that Indigenous women are 3.5 times more likely to be victims of violent crime than other women. Although the issue has been occurring all throughout Canada, high reports of missing and murdered Indigenous women come from British Columbia, specifically along the Highway of Tears. By day, a not-so-frequently used stretch of land, and by night, a man by the name of Robert Picton's hunting grounds for Indigenous women. These women, especially prostitutes and those trying to walk home, were lured into Picton's home and pig farm to where they were never seen again. Their stories relate to the famously known lyric in Gord Downie's song Haunt Them. Pitch black and glowing blue, a raven sang, I know a way that can help you. Oh, I stared into his eyes, I saw my pale last days, making the raven Robert Picton. This can also be seen in And of Clay We Created by Isabel Allende. The odor of death was already attracting vultures from far away. The little girl obstinately clinging to life became the symbol of tragedy, making the odor of death Picton's farm and the little girl the Indigenous women missing along the highway. With some of these women being Tamara Chipman, Lana Derrick, and Alicia Germain. Finally arrested in 2002, investigators raided Picton's farm to search for illicit weapons, only to come across items belonging to missing women. A lengthy search across the farm revealed DNA of 26 missing women to whose murders the pig farmer was later charged with. It was only in a jail cell with an officer where Picton revealed that he had murdered 49 women and was looking for one more to supposedly even things out. The murders took place over the years of 1983 to 2002 and slowly became known as the largest serial killer investigation in Canadian history, making the cost almost $70 million. But here we are in 2018, still scrolling through endless websites with the names of women whose bodies still haven't been found. How many more women need to die before people realize that change is needed once and for all? So here is one tangible adjustment needed to be made for drastic change in the future. All across Canada, especially areas where most Indigenous women live, our Canadian government must place security centres. A home-like environment where in the situation of danger, a young woman is able to quickly access the shelter to where she will be provided with food and a welcoming community. This will gradually lessen the numbers of missing women each year and increase our support as Canadians to the Indigenous community. If we don't make a change, who will? They deserve a voice. Let's give it to them.